What is up, the world of the living? My name is Lexp and welcome back to Truly Bedrock Season 2. Oh yeah, my friends, we are, quite ways away. You see, I enchanted another pickaxe, and this one is Silk Touch and Efficiency 4, so I took it with me because I don't feel like unenchanting it from Silk Touch, and because it has Efficiency 4. So as a result, like an idiot, I went mining with a Silk Touch pickaxe and now have to fortune everything back into its proper state. Yeah, I really do have to invest into a better pickaxe for myself. You know, a fortune one, possibly with mending. And to do that we will need this coal, so that's why I'm digging down at the moment. However, at the same time, just being up here is incredibly nice in this chunk town at the moment. Because chunk town, yeah, look at it. Quite towny, very chunky. My point being is that if you look at it from the very high above, you'll notice a stark contrast between that's Slug's house, that's Foxy's house, and then there's my silent T-Stomps and Liara's. Yeah, you can probably tell what my problem is here. I really don't like that they have houses and we don't. So I want to have a house of my own by the end of today's video. So let me just get back on the actual solid ground. We'll see how much coal I will get to trade with the other villagers. And I'm gonna ponder on the nature of what kind of house I do want to do. Something tells me that the default Zloy house number 15 might do the job. Quite a few stacks of coal. Yeah, not too shabby. But more importantly, all of this goes instantly towards the unlocking more and more blacksmiths fund. Alas, this is our main task for now. And hey, look, efficiency 2. It's not unbreaking 1. I'll give you that. Oh well, maybe at least the enchantment table will have something new and exciting for me. What you got to say for yourself? Fortune 3! Oh dear lord. Oh, and it's a fortune efficiency, so yeah. This is actually quite lucky. You get to live for now. For now. Now the trouble with the Zloy's default house number 15, unfortunately, is that Zloy basically built all of his default houses out of dark oak. Look, come on, it's a nice contrasting material. It's pretty good. So I will have to find at least, you know, a tree. And since they kind of spawn in giant forests, that's not good, shouldn't be a problem. Also, we had a raid, that's why I have, you know, Hero of the Village effect, and that's why we got Totem of Undying now. I should probably just save it up for later, you know, in the trophy chest somewhere. Yeah, rush right here. Stay there, buddy. Killa caused the raid on accident, so... he's been apologizing for 15 minutes now. Anyway, I'm gonna go find some llamas, put some chests on them, and, yeah. We'll get delivering. Hey, come on. Yeah, try and whatever you want. Nope. I love the way you have to tame the horses and the llamas. You just kind of protest them protesting you. And look, everything works out great. So now let's just hope for the best. And that's pretty nice. That's 9 spots. All right. So how many llamas do you think I wanna have with me? Well, I have 4 leads, so you would think 4, but llamas do actually string into large caravans of like what, 4 to 8, I'm pretty sure, maybe more. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong, but I don't want to have to transfer them on a lead on land with me. Instead, what I think we'll do is we'll tame 8 llamas and drag around with us on a lead in a boat. Every boat will have 2 llamas in it, and we will have a giant logging operation going from point A to point B. Now, of course, on the Bedrock edition of Minecraft, you can just put a llama into a boat. Can you? Oh yeah, if it's not, yeah. You can just put a llama into a boat easily. If you're playing on Java, and if you want to do this, yeah, here's a quick hint. You won't be able to put a whole llama into a boat, but you will be able to put a tiny llama, a baby llama, into a boat. And that is very important because you will put a baby llama into a boat, it will grow up, and it will remain in the boat. While on the adult llamas, and I'm pretty sure horses just can't go on boats on Java Minecraft. So yeah, once again, quick life hack. Let's go find the forest. Well, I gotta say, this is not exactly the easiest task, actually, now that I think about it, because I don't have a single efficiency axe at my disposal. I really should have enchanted some better gear before doing this. But, at the very least, it does capture my general attitude towards, well, doing things this season. You see, I was thinking that this time around I will focus more on doing stuff in bulk whenever I'm gathering materials. Not only to provide for my own future projects, but also to help everybody else on the server. And so far so good. We got 2 llamas here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do, but thank you nevertheless. We got 2 llamas here. Here's 1. Here's 2. This is actually a full llama inventory. And we have another 2 llamas with full llama inventories worth of stuff. So yeah, quite a number, especially early game. I'm hoping that I will be able to sell the rest of the materials to the rest of the server mates. But for now, let's just get these delivered and we'll be golden. And hey, look at that! Rock Fox already is looking for some dark oak. Boy, is he in for a surprise. Well, I came back, I brought all of my wood back, and you might notice I have the hero of the village effect again. Well, turns out that craft accidentally logged on and accidentally caused, oh hi Vex, accidentally caused another raid in the village. The second one in a row. First one was made by Kilodron, and the first one we easily defeated. But this one unfortunately took out every single villager except for one. And I'm pretty sure it's not even one of the good ones. So I'm just gonna take out this Vex here. There we go. And what are you? Efficiency 2 guy. Well, at least he's one of the reasonable pickaxe salesmen. But this still means that I will have to redo my... No, you do not sit there and don't go away. Ow. Incredibly frustrating and sad. We will have to repopulate and all that kind of stuff. But hey, at the very least, this cleans up the area for when I'll be, you know, building the house. I won't have to transport 1,000 villagers. I will only have to transport 1. So, you know, positives in times of awfulness and stuff. I can't believe we lost our lucky mending guy. But hey, maybe we'll get one that sells for a lower price this time around. Well, here are all my possessions being evicted from the... That's just starved to death. From the area where I have my house. And now, I just gotta plan out exactly what is it I want to do. Hi, Kilodron. Yep. So, here's my plan. For one, I wanna do at least a couple blocks away from... Why? Why this? I'm doing things. For one, I want to do at least a couple blocks away from the, you know, the general area. So like 1, 2, 3. Let's just plop this right here. And now I'm thinking that we'll step away one more time into the there. Then this will be the more of a horizontal way out of the house, just kind of pointing outwards out of the chunk. It will be a wall, naturally, but at the very least, hey, it's gonna be a wall that can potentially connect to Silent's house. And maybe be continued onto T-Storm's one, and maybe concluded at Liara. I hope I get to convince the rest of them, to do this with me, because it will be amazing to have just a giant 4-chunk house going from here to there. Now, as far as the pallet goes, I was thinking, we'll do the, the basement of it out of the, you know, cobblestone, and that was my cat playing with something. Go away! For the lowest level, we'll do this. For the taller ones, we of course will do some windows. I'm thinking with spruce trapdoors, and we do have some spruce around the server, so I will be okay. And of course, we're gonna frame the entire thing in dark oak, logs and planks, Now, the thing about this palette is naturally that we're using two blocks that contrast with each other rather well, and two blocks that kind of go together, you know, in a kind of not complementary color things, but like in a similar color, in a kind of meshing colors. I don't necessarily know the exact definition of it, the exact name for them. I'm sorry, I am kind of weak in the color theory because I'm self-taught in the arts. So I'll just call them I don't know, blendy together materials. And other than that, you also have to consider that in Minecraft, a lot of blocks have particular types of texture to them. And planks, specifically, have the texture that I would like to call noise. Basically, there are smooth textures, like, for example, wool is a smooth texture, because, like, far away you don't really see the noise on it, while cobble is a very active and noisy texture that does make you pay attention to itself. Meaning that it's generally either good for framing or good for, you know, this kind of stuff. So, we're doing planks with dark oak, which is not a noisy texture, unlike the oak ones. You can see there's a much higher contrast with it. But the planks themselves are contrasting with the wool. And the wool is complementary kind of with the grayish of the stone, because it blends together, because light gray and white. While at the same time, the cobblestone is in a little bit of, you know, conflict with the wool and the planks themselves, because it's not a smooth texture. It's a noisy one. So, you get the point. We're playing with contrast with this one. This is why this palette generally works. The problem with it, of course, is that this is literally all the white wool I have. 5 blocks. I wasted the rest on the beds for all those villagers that we just killed. Do you think I can get away with doing that, right? So this is where we're at now. Which is, yeah, which would look much nicer if someone didn't plant a tree here. Thank you for that. Anyway, yeah, because I don't have any materials, like any wool, I just made the entire frame of the house just to show to you. Because I think this actually looks really, really interesting in that kind of, you know, deconstructed and discombobulated way. So, yeah, quite a few things I'm using here. One is this tendency to break down large areas. I was thinking of breaking this particular one on top, on the third or fourth floor with a support pillar, but by this point the motif of support pillars kind of gets a little bit too worn down, so experimenting with the depth would not be beneficial. What I instead decided to do is do this, you know, 2 lines, well, actually 1 wide line, flush with the wall itself, as a little bit of difference in material of the wall itself. Another cool thing that I'm planning to do is do the window in this very interesting manner. You can see this is 4 by 3, right? So I did 4 instead of 5. And usually I would do 5 because, I mean, I like odd numbers better than even ones. But this time I went for even, and that's specifically because there's this particular window sill design that I really, really love using, at least lately. Check this out. It's kind of sticking out a little bit, so it's more convenient, more nice looking, and it adds just so much depth. This is as close as we can get to microblocks in, you know, vanilla Minecraft, so I'm taking it, I don't care. Looking at it half built and having used some white concrete powder, because hashtag concrete is a starter material, I have figured out that, yeah, this does really look not that bad, especially the main part of it. Now, the sideways bit is a little bit questionable. For now, it is gonna be nice once I put a roof on it proper, but right now I'm just more interested in the main side, specifically because, again, I am low-key hoping that I will be able to convince Silent Layer and T-Storm to continue my house. But, other than that, I feel it's perfectly fine. I feel you can trust me to get this done. So next cut, I'm guessing we'll have at least the exterior finished. And because I'm just that good at YouTube videos, here's the finished product. Yep, I went for the white concrete powder because the white concrete, you know, it's the solid one, is unfortunately a little bit annoying to convert and also a little bit annoying to build with. It has this very smooth texture that does not go with everything else and always makes it look a little blue at times. That's color context. We'll talk about it sometime when it comes around, but right now we got this and it is looking sweet. Now originally in my tests this build actually used quartz, but I like the polished diorite here much more. It looks much nicer, it is much more convenient to do, and I had it laying around, so you know, whatever. So this house, it has, yeah, quite a size, quite a view, quite a girth in it. And it's been one of the first houses, basically the first house to be fully complete on the entire server. So we did that great. Quite a bit of things changed since. Yeah, you can see we have, basically everyone's already done with everything. We have Kilotron's clock tower, we have Rock Fox's cozy cottage, which seems to be really inspired by my one. I hope it is. And we have Mr. Beatstone, I'm pretty sure. That's whose this chunk is, and look at it! This is just a dream. It's so, you know, not steampunky, but you know, mechanisty. It's so nice. Ah, I love it. I wish I could go that much detail, but nope. Unfortunately, for my starter houses, I very much prefer doing houses that actually have some space inside. So I'm not really going into much of a detail. I already moved my villagers into the basement. Down here. So we got the mending person revived and redone entirely. We got the blacksmith with his efficiency 2 pickaxes. These guys have served me well. They constantly get visited by the wandering trader, who by the way sells the customs head and the hearts of the sea. We modified it a little bit. Other than that, yeah, it's pretty cool, it's pretty complete, and it's pretty done. And it's much taller than Foxy's one, which is all I really wanted. But Foxy does have the wither head already, so that's a little bit alarming. One way or another, the house is structurally complete, even if I haven't put any of the cows and llamas in yet. I think I will have to kind of leave them somewhere else outside of the area, or somewhere else outside proper, just to, you know, not intrude on my own property, because I really don't feel like having a cow pen in the basement of this house. One way or another, friends, we have done the first ever house on the server, and I could not be happier and prouder of it. Friends, thank you so much for going with me on this adventure. We are not, however, getting into the interior yet, because there's, you know, interiors, they are kind of in depth on this server right now. Specifically because we have a custom data pack or add-on or whatever it is for armor stands that allows to do quite a few of cool things with them. For one, you can do them invisible by just right-clicking on them with a golden carrot. For two, my friends, you can make them have no gravity by right-clicking them with a slime block. And for free, you can make them into baby armor stands, which is something that Foxy did on his property over there. It is super cool and it is super nice looking, and I cannot wait to get into that, which I am afraid is gonna be such a flipping rabbit hole. I don't feel like that's something I should be doing so early into the season. Oh, but yeah, that being said, thank you so much for coming onto this cool adventure with me. I hope you enjoyed the little explanations I put for the house and like how the way I pick my pallets. It's quite a few of tips and tricks that I do with my buildings that I feel you would appreciate. And let me know if you want to see more of this kind of stuff. I'm always up for, you know, mansplaining something that you already knew. That being said, to be continued, have a good one, bye bye.